We just talked about in a previous capsule about fasted cardio. In the previous capsule also mentioned some of the benefits of intermittent fasting on staying in sympathetic mode, fight or flight mode. So the natural progression of that topic, of these topics, would be, is it beneficial to do strength training in a fasted state? There are some pros and cons. Like with anything in training, it's always yes and no. It's never a pure answer. The benefits of training in a fasted state is that it keeps you in parasympathetic mode. You overproduce adrenaline when you are in a fasted state in training. So in that regard, it can actually boost your performance, provided that you've not been fasting for so long that you actually have low blood sugar level or low energy level, or your brain is lacking fuel. So that is one caveat I must mention. But provided that you have not been fasting for so long that you will lack those fuels, it can actually enhance the sympathetic response, increasing adrenaline, which will also increase performance. Also, being in a fasted state will make you more responsive to any type of supplement you might take. If I'm taking caffeine, for example, the response will be much greater, which will enhance performance even more. So these are some of the benefits. Another benefit also is if I'm not in a process of digesting food, most of the blood can be shuttled to the working muscles more efficiently. So it becomes much easier to transport oxygen inside the muscle and clear out the metabolites that are accumulating. So it is making the training process more effective, provided that I still have enough fuel for the workout. The negative impact, of course, are the opposite. Is if I'm training fasted and I've been fasting for a long time, I might be glycogen depleted. My brain might lack fuel, so I might have a harder time concentrating. If I'm starving, I might be thinking about the food more than about the training, so it might have a negative impact on the session. So it really is a matter of how well your body is functioning in that fasted state, physiologically speaking. I would still also recommend the same strategy I did with fasted cardio, which would be to supplement with BCAAs and phosphatidylserine to decrease the excessive cortisol response that might happen during a training that's fasted. Think about it. The main function of cortisol when you're training is to mobilize stored energy. So if I'm fasted and I've been fasting for a while, then I will need to mobilize more energy during my session because I have less energy readily available for fuel. So the cortisol response will be greater. So I would need those supplements to mitigate cortisol response. So I still have it to mobilize the energy, but not overproducing it, which will lead to the potential muscle loss or decreasing the effectiveness of the session.